The artist recreates the world.
No. Welcome to The Artist Recreates the World. I am with filmmaker Nancy Vazquez.
Yes.
Did I say that right?
Thank you.
How
Yes,
do
you did.
What's the other Vazquez?
Vasquez. It's with
So
a Z.
you all know.
It's with a Z.
So you all know.
Older Spanish, Puerto Rican people, they spell it with a Z. So I'm grateful to be in that category.
Thank you so much for coming by. The Artist Recreates the World. We are thankful for our host and producer on the other side, Lavari. And Siri calls him, Lavari, what does Siri call you? Louvery.
Well, I want to thank you for having me. I'm grateful to be here.
Yeah, it's cool. You're just coming out of the International Film Festival here in Newark, and you had your film, MOTH. So
Yes.
talk about that feeling, the whole feeling about being here in the city and all that fanfare. You was on the red carpet, chopping it up, taking pictures. Lavari was over there, calling out people and stuff.
With the Newark International Film Festival, I was nominated. I was nominated as Best Director and Best Actress in a full feature. And I won Best Actress. And I think that was incredible. It was an incredible feeling. So, like I was saying, the biggest blessing was the platform. The platform to be able to talk about the foster care system. I think it's something that, and like I was saying before, that in general public, it hits us. But when you go into someone's specific life, and MOTH is about a young lady named Linda Blake and her journey in the foster care system, and all the trials and tribulations and what she went through, then you have a greater respect for the foster care system, because a lot of them are moved from place to place, home to home. They don't know where their life is going to be uprooted. A lot of them end up in rehabilitation centers. They go through a lot of abuse or even lack of love, which I feel like is abuse. And a lot of them don't ever get to return back home or know who their parents really are. And I think that itself is abuse and such an emotional pain that they have to go through. So I was so grateful to have a platform and give a voice to people that can, speak for themselves.
Upheaval, negligence, and on and on. And so I love that you give that information, because you're on the flip side of you're in activating the art. Because we talk with so many artists here about, well, what do you do with the art? Why is the art so important?
Right.
Well, the art is so important for just the reason to address these cultural issues that nobody will talk about, or they sweep under the rug. And so you have to have the artist that has a clear understanding about what needs to be said, that differs from traditional orthodox statements and the kind of polishing that they do to make it look like things are okay. No, things are not okay. And it's the artist that has to create films, that has to create books, that has to write articles, that have to create blogs, that have to create digital magazines to address these various situations. So when you say you feel good, I want people to know that I can speak for her. She just doesn't feel good because it's an accomplishment. She feels good because she is doing the art, and the art at its highest form. And it's not, at that form, it's not always about compensation. Matter of fact, between me and you, it's not even about compensation.
I went to acting school for about 20 years. Finally, my professor was like, do something. So I started making films. But as an older woman, I would say that my life in making films is to have that platform, to be able to do my activism work. To be able to bring awareness and provide solution, to be able to heal as I heal myself. So it means so much to me. And there's no limit in what type of film you would do, because activism is any platform. Like I have a film called Dating Games. It's 18 minutes. It was at the Newark International Film Festival, and Dating Games is a short comedy. but it's a comedy about dating. And you know, basically, the lead character, she goes through dating. You know, she dates a whole lot of
Scenarios,
people,
yeah.
right? And she's looking for the wonderful person, but she's looking for money. You know, and when she realizes that she finds love in somebody that was there in front of her face, I say in front of her face or in front of her eyes the whole time, and he becomes the richest man in the world. So, you know, there's lessons in here that we can learn from. And the reason I like the medium of TV, the platform, is because you know, when I was younger, my mom set me in Channel 13 in front of Sesame Street to teach me.
We're visual,
right.
A lot of us are very
And
visual.
it says Americans, or people in general, watch TV at
Americans,
least,
people in general, both
at
work.
least, right, at least 5.5 hours a day.
Yes.
So can you imagine? We learn everything from TV, even the way we dress. So it's the major platform to make a difference, to bring awareness, to provide solutions.
Well, what really propelled you to say, all right, I'm going to make films about this? Because a lot of times the artists, we talk to artists, and they're like, oh, I don't want to do it, I'm not ready and everything, you know. So, and we can go into the spiritual, we can go into situations, but I know that there's probably one or two things that really propelled you. You say, well, I'm sick of this. I'm gonna do my first film. I'm gonna speak about that. Do you remember what situation that was? What was it? Tell them.
So
Because it's gonna happen to y'all.
That's right. We all have to go through it, but it's just stumbling blocks, making them stepping stones, and continue moving on. So, you know, I like to go back, and this is far back, but I'll be as brief as possible.
No,
I like to go back to when I was 7 years old, and I first saw Flashdance.
Wow.
And I realized that she was a dancer at night and a mechanic in the daytime. And she was just doing it to put herself through school. But I realized then that I can be anything I want to be as an actress. That was my first realization. Then I was 14 years old in Barringer High.
Years of 14.
Yeah, going 7 years, every 7 years. 14 years old, and I'm in school, Barringer High, and my drama teacher, Antonia Baskerville Richardson, and she's incredible as it is, but I remember she gave me a homework, and I came there with my screenplay, and I'm reading, right, and I'm Puerto Rican, so I'm reading, and the boy went, and I went, and then everybody went, and she said, stop! She said, when it sounds slow to you, it sounds good to us. Listen, that's all I knew, but it took me through my 20s until I realized how to embody a character and become that character and feel the emotions to get where I need to.
Tony, yeah.
You know. And then I get into what made me make films, right?
Don't
go into your 30s.
Say 21.
Wait, don't go into your 30s. I was in a director's actor's gym. Dang. And the owner of that, Miles Maker, said to us, if you're not getting the roles that you want and need, start writing your own screenplays.
Right, exactly.
You know? And by that
Can you
time,
say that again? You can say that to them pros.
if you're not getting the
like,
roles that you want and need, if you're not putting out there what's in your soul, start writing your own screenplays.
Right.
You know?
Say it about books.
So the same
If you don't
thing,
see the books,
if you don't see the books, write your own books. You know, you go out there and make it happen, and that's the point.
That's beautiful.
That's the point that he was making. And needless to say, I didn't listen right away.
We never
I had
do.
to bang my head a couple of more times. And then the first actual film I made in 2012, it's called The Right to Live. I'm co-founder of Raystar Film Productions, Inc. We currently have distribution on Amazon Prime, but it's about domestic violence and all types of abuse, bringing awareness about the right solution to live a productive life without abuse, which is my upbringing. And that's how I began.
So it's a process, you're on.
Yeah, it's definitely a process.
It's a process. Mm-hmm. So what is art to you? How do you explain art?
Art is my life. I feel like I live and breathe it, you know? Art for me is passion, purpose, truth, and intention, because that's how you find it all. You know, it's everything to me, you know? So,
cool.
And that's, you know, creating, writing, directing, acting, producing, public speaking, you know. and bringing awareness and providing solution, which is my life.
Say something to, in Spanish, something purposeful for some of our followers that speak Spanish and will come to Spanish.
Lo que yo te voy a decir es que si tú tienes en tu alma hacer algo, hácelo. O sea, Dios le dio a nosotros toditos la fuente para que nosotros puedan ir y vivir la vida de nosotros. So, hácelo. Yo estoy aquí contigo. Toma todito juntos.
Yeah, I'm about to cry. I'm out. Much love. Keep doing your work.
Thank you.
And hanging out with our producer, Labari.
That's right.
Peace.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Let's do it.
Later, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.